Shout out to DraftKings, who this show is brought to you by. Only the top-rated sports booking app in all of North America. Safe, secure, and reliable, ladies and gents. And, of course, whenever we talk, you know we got promo codes for you, baby. Because for all the new customers out there, man, when you use the app, you make that first bet $5, you'll get 150 bonus bets instantly. Make sure you use promo code MOATS, more importantly, all right? But it's an absolute vibe, man, because we know it's plenty of action going on with these games, NFL-wise, and yeah, it's nothing like adding a little skin in the game. But more importantly, we do also understand that at times you can get lost in the sauce. It could be a little bit overwhelming. You might even develop a gambling problem. Well, for those of you that are in New York, that's the number to text, but for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER. Right, all right, so yeah, y'all hit that like button one time for the coach. Don't forget to subscribe, man. We about to talk this game preview real quick. Whew, all right, good old Cleveland, Deke, I don't like them, bro. And I feel like we should beat the heck out of them, but at the same time, I think they are good in a weird, not good way.
I was gonna say
they're good in a not good way.
What have you seen good from them?
So what I mean by good in a not good way is this: from a strength standpoint, since Jameis has come into the starting lineup, they are a lot more of a vertical passing attack, and it's a lot more production there. I mean, even last game, he dang near threw for 400 yards. But you look at the other game versus Baltimore as well, and he has moments in there where it's like, yo, he can still make a lot of throws. Pretty much every throw on the field he can make. The gift and the curse with Jameis, no different than when he was in Tampa, no different when he was in New Orleans, and that still pops up in Cleveland now in these handful of starts that he's had. He's going to have some heck of a throw, heck of a plays, and he's going to have some ones where you like, bro, he's hitting them in the face with it. But that's very dangerous in a league like this where we know it's quarterback driven. Quarterbacks get hot, they can get after it. Obviously, Myles Garrett, that's the number 2 version to TJ Watt, but he's sitting there at 7 sacks this season, man. Still a disruptor versus the run, versus the pass. Coach Tomlin kind of talked about them having a plan, as always, to deal with him, man. But not just him in the pass rush. I look at their D-line as a whole versus the run and pass, and they're just a super aggressive front. They disrupt a lot of timing plays, man, but at the same time, that gets them in trouble also because how aggressive they are. But they do got some talent, though. Offensively, they got some talent, man. In terms of Judy, that's a guy that we even flirted with, saying, hey man, we could have took that. We could have used that. Obviously, we're very familiar with Njoku. Elijah Moore, good player, and then Cedric Tillman, young player, but productive. To me, like I said, this one of them teams where I think that they have a lot already in place to be a good team, but the quarterback position was the big like sticking point, and it still isn't all the way solidified because James turns it over, and that's the difference. But like I said, they're weirdly good and not good all at the same time, man. Also, I like their secondary between Del Pitt, Ward, Newsome. Them dudes, they make plays, man. So that's, like I said, why for me, I'm like, yo, I think they're oddly kind of good in certain places, but they also got some bads up there as well, and we'll talk about them in a little bit.
They also got a 2-8 record.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because that's I mean, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. On paper, they were supposed to be a better team than what they've ended up. What the results
it's the quarterback. The quarterback was the big. I think that was the sticking point.
The
for
quarterback
him.
position and how awful the offense has been has just desolated this team. Has torn down the vibes completely, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
From the Pittsburgh side of things, just seeing Cleveland implode and do Browns is the Browns type of stuff.
Heck yeah.
Because you're right. They got talent on defense. they got Denzel Ward. They got Myles Garrett. They got a JOK. They got pieces, but they're playing terrible. They're giving up a lot in the run game. They're giving up a fair amount in the pass game. They don't get turnovers. They don't get takeaways. And then the offense, going all the way back to Deshaun Watson, it's like Jameis Winston has given them the spark. So I guess we are talking about strengths of the team. That's their top strength right now. Deshaun Watson is no longer their quarterback.
That was my whole thing 4 weeks ago, bro.
And they just
we said this 4 weeks ago.
And they traded him in for Jameis Winston. It's not even like they have a Pro Bowl guy or anything in there. It's just like you don't have Deshaun Watson anymore.
But Jameis is
anyone
still
else is
though.
an improvement over him.
But Jameis is still a capable quarterback.
Sure, he was the number 1 overall pick back 10, 11 years ago. He definitely got talent. He's got an arm.
It's low key
Former
crazy
baseball
he's
player.
been in there that long too, bro. Man.
Threw 30 touchdowns in 1 year, but that was complemented by 30 interceptions. So strengths. Yeah, I guess that's what I would say. They no longer have Deshaun Watson at quarterback. I think their coach Kevin Stefanski is really good.
I do
even
agree
though
with
this
that
year
as well, man.
like a year from hell for him.
Yeah.
To get coach of the year 2 times with you being the coach of a Browns organization, like that's something to be said for. But then his most recent one was dealing with a quarterback carousel of Deshaun Watson, DTR,
Flacco and not Dobbs. Did Dobbs get a snap in there?
I don't remember.
Or that was the year
Last
before.
year,
It might have been the year before. I could have been.
DTR was one of them.
Yeah.
Oh no, there was.
I thought he used 4 different quarterbacks last year.
It was 4
Yeah.
different ones. I can't remember who the other dude was, but yeah, I think he's a really good coach. I think if the Browns decided to fire him, he would be picked up immediately.
Yeah.
It's just really bad year. I think part of that is due to the Browns sticking with Deshaun Watson because of the massive contract that they gave him.
When
Like, there's nothing that Stefanski can do about that.
When the money's guaranteed, you screwed, bro. You either praying that it PJ Walker. Shout out to y'all. Yeah.
That's who it was.
That's who it was. Yep. Shout out. Was that OK? OK3K. Shout out to you on that one, man. But yeah.
And typically with the Browns, you would be talking about some of their offensive pieces as strengths, like Nick Chubb, but he ain't the same. They don't have Amari Cooper anymore.
Even though Chubb,
I don't think the line's the same either. Their offensive line.
Chubb like ended last game like with a good this thing was like 5 yard or 4.6 something like that per carry, but it just I don't know. It's fresh off the injury. It's fresh back from the injury, man. I'm still like I buckle every time he run. I'm like because seeing that Minka it just changed everything, man. I'm just like So I wonder, but Jerome Ford though, that's a good player.
I'm not putting him in strengths.
Okay.
So my third one, I'll put some of their defensive talent
Yeah.
with Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, JOK, guys like that.
I like it. They got 2 nasty D tackles too, man. Tomlinson and Shelby Harris. They penetrate. They good. Like I said, they got pieces, man. They got pieces, baby. Definitely got pieces. But weaknesses though, man. I think because of how aggressive they are, they struggle versus screen plays and misdirection plays because those guys are running so hard, man, trying to chase you down in that 4-3, those D linemen specifically. That is where teams have had a lot of success. Not just that. Obviously, the Saints game, Taysom Hill gave them boys the blues. I'm over here like, do we need to just have Justin Fields have a 15-play package because they could not account for the quarterback, bro.
Maybe that's what we need to do on a short week.
For it. They couldn't match it up, though. I'm like, yo, you got to have somebody that's going to account for this quarterback. Taysom was cooking him, bro. And he threw that nasty pick, too. I'm like, it was a Taysom game. Yeah. But I was over here like, yo, maybe we need to put Justin Fields out there, man, because clearly they don't handle athletes at quarterback well. But the other thing I would say special teams-wise, man, we talk about our kicker hit 6 field goals in one game. Their kicker missed 3 field goals in the game, 2 on the same day going to drive. Okay? With that, man, you think about that, man. Special teams-wise, also, they did give up an explosive punt return, man, where low-key dude almost scored, just stepped out of bounds, man. But those parts of their game, man, from a special team standpoint, is another added element for us, weakness for them. And I don't really dig their run defense all the way, but that's more so directed to their linebackers versus their actual D line. JOK up and down because he's been kind of banged up. And I wonder if he's actually going to play too, because they were talking about he has like a neck. He got hurt. Devin Bush was, I think, their leading tackler last week, man. Yeah.
Well, he was going to be a piece that I bring up in the weaknesses.
Yeah, you catch
Devin
what I'm
Bush
saying.
is starting and going to be playing significant snaps.
Yeah, bro. Like I'm watching, I'm
a
like
huge disadvantage for the Browns.
I'm looking at, I'm like, hey, bro, that's rough. Yeah,
we saw what happened when we played against Devin Bush last year with the Seahawks.
He'll have a ton of tackles. I want to have 30 tackles. Mm-hmm.
You got any more?
Those are my big ones, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw Devin Bush in there for the weakness.
I lumped them in. I want to say linebackers to be family.
Yeah, I mean their rush defense is pretty bad this year. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's one of the bottoms of the league.
Yeah, bro. It not just like statistics. I'm talking like eyeball, like just watching. Because Baltimore, I felt like what Coach Tomlin said. statistically, their secondary is bad. But watching, I'm like, yo, they're not bad in terms of how they play. Like, they have some moments where it's not the best, but I'm like, yo, they're not bad. This Browns run defense, I'm like, yo, y'all look bad at times.
And
I think them LBs,
Devin
bro.
Bush playing.
Them
A
LBs
lot
is
of
not
snaps
helping them,
was a
bro.
part of that.
Yeah, them LBs are not helping them.
Deshaun Watson's contract. You gotta throw that in. There's a
He
weakness.
said, I don't
because
care if you hurt or not, bro. That contract is trifling.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
filthy.
you're not able to build up the team around that contract as good because of just how much it's taken up for the cap hit. The vibes are terrible because he's playing like all that stuff.
And you're internally torn because you've seen not only Flacco, but you've seen Jameis play better than the guy that's going to get the most money, and you still can't do anything about it whenever he comes
you
back.
Got them for
you
free.
got to go back, yeah. So you internally, you're like, bro, what is this?
There's just
man?
a dark cloud hanging over this organization with the Deshaun Watson contract.
And regardless of how well Jameis plays down the stretch, we all know all roads are going to lead right back to Deshaun Watson.
Maybe I mean, you got to get rid of him. You
got
to figure out a way to get rid of him.
But what I'm saying is this: money wise, it's the AB when we got rid of him. It's like you can either have him on your roster, you got that $20 million, and pray that he plays well, or you can not have him on your roster and you still gonna be on the hook for the $20 million.
It's cheaper for them to keep him, I think.
Yeah.
So can you keep him and just say stay home?
Or keep him and pray that, man, maybe something clicks. Can I get back to Houston? You've looked completely opposite of Houston, Deshaun Watson. Like, you look completely opposite of it. If he had looked like this at any point, I don't think anybody would have been on him to that level when everything was coming on with him out at Houston, man. But he had never looked like this in Houston. This is, crazy.
I mean, I hit on some of the other stuff earlier in this preview, but I think their rush defense is bad. Offense is, I mean, it's got a little bit of a spark with Jameis, but throughout the course of this year, it's been bad. Like they're not able to run the ball like the old Browns teams. Quarterback play has been pretty terrible. Jameis has provided the spark. He has provided a more vertical threat, but he's been up and down. His highlight was the first game that he started. Last two,
I thought he played well last week, though.
Right? No, he wasn't. He wasn't
well
bad. He wasn't bad last week, but still not to the extent that he was in that first week when you're thinking like, holy hell, like
oh yeah, man, what's this now? They got
wow,
action.
is this gonna be like Flacco from last year? Is this gonna be like that Flacco magic?
I swear.
They don't take away the ball on these. I just think I think they're a bad team. Yeah. They're a bad team right now with some talented pieces and a good coach. Like there is the form. I get what you're talking about. There is that formula where it's like you don't want to overlook them completely, especially because it's a division game.
Even how the Saints game, like the score, if you looked at the score, it looks like it was a blowout. And you actually watch the game, and it's like, dude, they were still in position to mess around and backdoor this thing, man. It was just explosive plays, Cleveland stuff, Browns doing the Browns stuff, losing football. But they're still, like I said, good enough. They're good enough, man.
Yeah, I think that's all I got.
No, respect on that. Respect. Couple quick matchups, man. After that, man, we drop some picks and or drop our prediction on the game, and then hit the homie TG. I guess I know he ain't gonna be on time. He never on time. All right, but a couple of matchups, man. We obviously know Jerry Jeudy's coming off the best game that he's had this season. I think it ended with 145 down there and a touchdown. Yeah, but that was the guy that Jameis has for certainly built some type of chemistry and some type of trust with. That was the guy he targets the most. And we obviously know, man, he plays on both sides, man. So I don't know if JPJ follows, but JPJ and Dante Jackson, because I think both guys will see him. That's the guy that we're going to have to make sure that we account for the most from a receiving standpoint, man. Like I said, with Jameis, that's the guy he wants to target. And that's the guy, to me, that gives them the most life, run after catch ability, proven production of the group. Still not losing sleep over Jerry Jeudy, but that's still a guy that, like I said, I think he gives them their best chance of moving the football against us. So JPJ and Dante, now we got to need that, man. Got to have them boys locked in. Then after that, man, with Jameis, I got him on my matchup list, more so because he will put the ball in harm's way. And Minka has been doing an excellent job of being in the position where he needs to be. But this is one of those ones where when we're talking about a guy that will take a chance and go at Minka, who's not going to act as if some of these other quarterbacks where they're like, I don't even want to look that way. Jameis is going to put that ball over there, man. And he'll do it multiple times. He is not tripping. He does not care, man. So if there's any week for the Minka stuff, I feel like this the one. I'm gonna keep calling for it, Deke. I'm gonna keep calling for it. All right.
I'm not even bringing it up anymore.
I'm calling for it. All right. This the week, man. This the week.
Accepting
No
picks, no turnovers.
No. This the week, man.
Which means he probably will get the turnover.
Jameis gonna hit him in the face with it. Gonna hit him right in the face with it. Then after that, though, man. Granted, these dudes have not statistically produced on the level that they have in the past, but to keep this offense struggling, Nick Chubb and Jerome Ford. Gotta keep them dudes at bay. Don't let them do anything special. Was it Ford that had the long run against us early? The game when Chubb got hurt. Wasn't that Ford that broke that run on us? I feel like that was. Yeah.
Last year?
Yeah, last year.
Oh, man. I don't remember. I know Jalen Warren had a nice run.
Jalen had a nice run, but I want to say it was Ford for them that had a nice run as well, man. Explosive cat. But more importantly, man, we got to just keep smashing that run with that, man. So Patrick Quinn, we got to keep that energy. Landon Roberts and Peyton Wilson, obviously, man, those are the guys with that. Then from there, man, you know who Myles Garrett is. Dan Moore, like we've been doing now for, 4 years in a row now we've been saying this. Fight. All your effort, all your might, scratch, claw, make him. If he's going to be great, make him be great for 4 quarters. Don't give him any layups. It's okay if Jordan got to dunk on you from the free throw line and go this hand back to that hand, all right? If Steph Curry got to pull up from half court to hit the 3, make him pull up from half court to hit the 3. Don't give him that open corner 3, though. You know what I mean? Like, Myles can be great, but make him be great. That's all. So, Dan Moore, you do what you do. But then from there, man, last and certainly not least.
He's already Myles Garrett's kryptonite, so.
That's how he's been playing. Don't push, though. He's doing his thing. And Russ, make sure you're getting that ball on time, all right? But the last matchup, though, man, I kind of referenced these dudes earlier, talking about their interior D linemen, Dalvin Tomlinson and Shelby Harris, versus our interior front for the runs purposes, though. Seyu Malu, Zach Frazier, and Mason McCormick. Our offense is clicking on all cylinders when our running game is being able to hit downhill and we can operate with that play action pass. The only way that works is if those 3 that I named from us can move those big 2 interior D linemen for the Browns. And like I said, those guys get off the ball. They're not new to this. We're familiar with them, but they are very disruptive versus the run. That's going to be, like I said, something that we got to make sure we account for. Because if we can get to their second level, their linebackers are going to struggle with Najee and Jalen Warren. For a fact, we already know one of them very well. They are going to struggle with those dudes, man. But these are the 2 interior dudes that kind of make those guys be a lot better because of how disruptive they can be, man. But like I said, man, those are the matchups for me, man, that, like I said, I'm kind of focusing in on for this joint. But now let's go ahead and drop that prediction. How you feeling?
I mean, we win. I'm 8-2 on my picks so far for Steelers games. Man, I don't know. I don't know what the vibes are for this one. Thursday nights can go a lot of different ways.
The dog pound.
There's been some shootouts in the Thursday night games, though, and I don't think. I mean, it could be a shootout. It could be if we let Jameis do some good things and get off and get hot.
He got a big arm.
It could be. I don't see it happening, though. I think the defense, we found something last week. I think we found ourselves again.
Yeah.
We were lost for
the week before we were lost. No, we found.
Yeah.
We back.
Yeah, lost. It wasn't lost that bad. It wasn't. It was just like
it was like
we were still trying to find our way.
Like when you wake up in the morning, it's like you're not blind, but you can't see all the way. Just
like, we got distracted. We got distracted a little bit. Did some good things.
Let's go. Talk that talk
during that time. But I think the defense really found themselves from last week, and I think we'll carry that on into this week.
Need it in our life. Come on.
And offense is, we're not going to do anything stupid on offense. And if 18 points is our floor with Russell Wilson, I expect us to do better than that.
They said the ceiling is the roof.
Against a worse defense, too. Against a worse team just altogether in the Browns. You saw what we did against the Ravens last week.
Thoroughly agree, man.
The Lamar Jackson, the Derrick Henry-led Ravens offense, tops in the league, all that stuff. They put up 30 points per game. And then the fact we were going up against the Ravens defense, who's number 1 and stopping the run. And I get it, yeah, their secondary was weak and everything, but
Still
we
did
didn't
what
even
did, yeah.
really do much
Uh-huh.
against them in the passing game. I mean, Russ still had 200 yards, but I think they performed better than we expected in a way, particularly in the first half. So I'm thinking, obviously, we do have an identity on offense. We do have an identity as a team even, and with the defense finding ourselves, I think we're gonna want to play Steeler football, run the ball, be physical. Russ, take your shots when needed. Whenever you want to throw the deep ball, whenever you feel like it's there, go ahead, take that chance, and we'll play really good defense, and we're gonna score.
Talk to me,
We're
Deke.
gonna
Talk to me,
score
Deke.
24.
Okay.
24-13. Game's in hand, though.
Low key, that is crazy you said that score, Deke. You said 24-13.
Yeah.
I literally have written on my computer screen 23-13, bro. We on the same page with it, man.
Great minds think alike.
And I'm with you. I know what you was about to say. It ain't like a close 2013. It's like we're in control. It's in hand. We know exactly what this was, but I'm with you, bro.
Maybe Jameis gets a garbage time touchdown or something.
I'm like,
we're up like 20-6 or 24-6, 24-9 or something like that. Most of the game, like in that second half.
Yeah. Because I said it's either the late garbage time score to close it to 23-13, or they are starting out hot because they did start out decently these past couple of games, and then in the second half we separate and it's like, yeah, you ain't got no answer for this, man. And from there, it's like even though there isn't no more scoring after we get that 10-point lead,
some good adjustments.
It's
at
like
halftime.
it's like yo, their offense is clearly that's been shut down, and now it's like I said, a beautiful night on a Thursday night, man. But that's funny. You said 24-13. I'm like, bro, we were there.